Who are you truly as a spiritual being having a human experience? Who are we? Who are you? Everything we're going to discuss today is my own personal belief. You take what feels right to you, leave the rest. This is a belief system, not a religion. All of this information has come through me through channels, mentors, teachings, learnings, experiences, and it has evolved throughout my years on this planet. So, source energy, where did we originally come from? In my belief, I never was religious, but I always felt that there was something more. I knew it. I knew it. I was born a psychic medium. I saw faces in trees. If anyone's experienced that as a child or had an imaginary friend, put in the comments below. I would love to get a conversation going. Did you see them, hear them, feel them, know them? How was your intuition? Did you know things as a child before they would happen? It's very common in children to not be interrupted by society and society's beliefs that are implemented on you. That includes your friends, family, um, uh, grandparents, parents, siblings, everyone molds and has an impression on you when you are a child, which evolves into your belief system. But before that, as a child, we are the closest to source that we ever had been through our, let's say, adolescence. Usually we venture off because we get too busy in life. But where did we come from? Source energy is the everything. It's the all encompassing energy of creation and love. In my belief, it's vast and wide and bigger than we can even comprehend as a human being. Now, this source energy may appear to you as a form or an image in your mind. It may appear to you in nature. It doesn't have to have the traditional look of the old man with the beard who is really angry and, let's just face it, mean. That's not source. And that's not my God. Source energy is all love that can take form to your comfort level, but it doesn't have to be a certain way. It's whatever you feel. Now we have all of this source energy of intelligence and love. This source energy wants to know about itself and learn because it is true consciousness. The only way to learn is to go through lessons, experiences, which luckily we don't really have on the higher dimensions. Of course, we do, but we choose them, or we could choose to sit back in the beauty and love of the unconditional love and bliss. So, source energy decided, let me grow and branch off. Just like the big ocean becomes a stream or a lake or a river, a pond gets created from above. That's all source energy. And I want you to imagine yourself, that river or lake or stream or pond that came from above, whether from the ocean or the clouds. That river is you. You branched off, feeling of independence, and you created yourself off of the source energy. Yes, my friends, you chose who you wanted to be. And that soul energy lives within inside of you. we might not see all parts of her or know all parts of her. In fact, we usually don't most of our life. But if we shed all of those belief systems that we were programmed into to just survive, it's not our fault. We did what we were told most of the time, I'm assuming. But we want it to be individualized so that we can learn and build the love and intelligence of source energy. So you birthed yourself as your higher self dimension energy. This might be called oversoul, if anyone has heard oversoul. It could possibly be, some people refer to it as your higher self, your true self. But that is you in the most pure form. So being curious and having all of the personality, we don't lose our sense of self, our sense of humor, our quirks, which we don't see as quirks. We see as just fun, love, bliss, excitement, funny, and endearing. Endearing is what I mainly get. My spirit guides talk to me all the time, and they chose the word endearing because that's what we are. We're pure source. And then individualized because we chose to, not because source or God or Allah or Buddha is an ascended master, but you get the idea. Not because we were told to, we were given the free will option to, and we chose to. So now, us as higher self beings, we too want to learn. Again, in the higher dimensions, the learning is different, not as traumatic. But as you can see, we want to evolve. And if we're just sitting in bliss, the evolution doesn't continue. And we are naturally curious consciousness of pure love that wants to learn stuff. Curiosity. You as a soul are curious. Every soul has a curiosity that a lot of times can't be quenched once you get on your path. So you then decide to give your energy free will to go live an incarnated life to learn. That is us right here, right now. We are that extended river branching off of that energy into the incarnated, denser, heavier version, which is our human self. That's our incarnation into this human experience. So as you can see, we came in with who we are. We are who we are, and we know who we are. But as soon as we transition into the breath of earth, there's a thing called psychic amnesia. Has anyone heard of psychic amnesia? Put in the comments below if you've heard of psychic amnesia, what you think it is, what you thought it was. But essentially what it is a forgetting. We do it intentionally so that we can work through lessons. I'll get into all of that, what we work through. There's three main things that we are kind of thrown at us in this incarnation in particular. So if we remembered who we are and all the power we have, because we actually are energetic beings and we are very magical. If you've ever been to a Reiki practitioner, a healer or master, you know Reiki, the energy is a real thing. And you are created of that real thing. And if we knew all the power of being able to heal ourselves, being able to move through our emotional traumas and get rid of them out of our human system and start working through with ease the lessons that we wanted to learn here, we would just do that. So we forget. We want the initial struggle to see how we do. We are in a game, a carnival. My guides usually refer to it as a carnival. We are at home. We want to take a trip to experience the carnival. Just imagine this. We all have at least seen a carnival on TV in your community, or maybe just a story. So you go to the carnival knowing there's going to be some scary, exciting rides. Woo! But you don't know how that exactly feels. You want to experience it so that you can download it and be able to understand it. See, we can tell people can have the knowing, but the experience is a different energetic vibration. So we go to the carnival and we want to test ourselves, try some of the scary rides, try some of the ones that spin you around and make you dizzy and realize I am off path. I can't even walk straight. Then you maybe go get some hydration and some popcorn. Oh, that's lovely. Your friends are sitting with you or your family. You have in between times, you go get some photos. You're at a carnival. You're going through pleasant experiences and some unpleasant that you actually chose. And maybe you run into some rude people along the way, as anticipated in going to a carnival. There are all types of people in a carnival, but you signed up for it because you know what you're going to get yourself into. Life is a carnival. The best part about it is at the end, we get to go back home where it's not chaotic, where it's all bliss and love. So while we're here in our incarnation, we bring our soul identity. That soul identity matches up with a human body that has generational trauma experiences and demeanors, look-wise, religions, non-religions, races, everything. You get to choose because that in part is going to give you the experiences that you're wanting to explore. So now we team up with this physical form that will shortly be programmed by your surroundings of yes is good, no is bad, that sort of thing. So it's a fully operational computer that wants to program. Your body has remembrance of history, which will predict the future, which it carries from the generational trauma. So you're already setting yourself up for specific traumas that your lineage in the human form has experienced. And then the other part of your journey is creating new experiences. So your soul links up with the human computer. Your soul is all of creation, all of love, all of the emotions. The emotions come from your soul. The what do those mean, good and bad, get computed into your human self. And we forget somewhere around 7 that we have this soul self and the human self. We now think that we are just the human, and we usually lead with just the human until maybe a spiritual awakening, maybe a unfortunate experience that makes you re-question, reprioritize life. Maybe you get to the stage where you're recognizing that even though you have everything, you're still unfulfilled. So we go on this search. Who am I? What am I? And that's what we do in our Soul Shifters membership. We meet twice a month. We do healings and we have different themes for each month. on an ongoing basis. If you want information about that, DM me, get a hold of me. I'd be happy to help get you set up with that. So when we're here, the three major experiences that we invite, encourage, because remember, we're going to the carnival, right? So they are going to be triggers, which I'm sure, I mean, that's a hot word right now, triggers. So you will come across triggers, mirrors, and distractions. Those are the top three. In our Soul Shifters private community over on Facebook, I had posed that question last week. And the women that commented were all correct. This is life lessons, experiences. This is what we have to endure here. And I promise you, your outside world will replicate what is on the inside. So when you see something in yourself and others, good and not so good, it lives within you. If you are recognizing it, that means you know it. And it may or may not be a part of you that you like. You might not even be aware of that part of you. But when you see mirrors out there, ask yourself, do I have that in me? And what do I need to process? This is when energy healing becomes very helpful. Triggers. They will push your button on purpose or not on purpose, and it comes in like a freight train. We all know what triggers are. And the last one is distractions. There are part of this earth experience is the agreement to come to this planet with heavier, denser, lower vibrations, darker energies. Usually put in our way as distractions. Their life purpose is to keep us off of our life purpose. Do you see? So we are equally here kind of on a challenge, but a challenge that we brought on ourselves and welcomed and wanted. Free will here is overrides everything. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on this planet when you came here. In fact, we create soul blueprints and we find our soul compass. If you're in our membership, we do all of those sort of things. So, and we have a few set points, but the majority of our life is up to our own discretion, having the intention that we know what we want to remember when we come in, and we hope that we don't get so distracted off our path. And if we do, recognize that we're totally distracted and off our path, and we start working on who are we so I can find my fulfillment, which leads me back to my path. So those distractions play a big role, and they seem harmless here, but it's holding you back from your fulfillment. We think happiness is fulfillment, but it's really not. Happiness has evolved into, if someone says, don't you want to grow up and be happy? They're talking about having a job or a career, financial security, a union, a marriage, children. What if you don't want to have children? What if you don't want to get married? What if you have an interesting career that no one understands and they don't consider it a job? Well, let's choose not to be happy, but I would choose to be fulfilled and be blissful and have joy. So happiness, I've noticed, has kind of become something different. So we're striving for that fixed structure that really isn't what we thought we signed up for when we were trying to get to happiness. We were trying to get to joy and fulfillment. So these distractions, once again, are a bigger part of your journey than the mirrors and the triggers, because you don't know that they're there unless you're paying attention. I will promise you the best way to see how the inside of you is doing is go to any local Target, Walmart, shopping center, and see what the parking lot looks like. If it's crazy chaotic, it's something that happened to me one day, and I thought, this is brilliant. I didn't realize how off I was. I didn't do a meditation that morning. My bag kind of ripped. Not too bad. I kind of like fumbling around. The cars were going all over the place. And this is a Target near my home that I go to all the time, usually easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then I realized, oh, this is what's happening on the inside of me, because I wouldn't have been drawn to this parking lot in this exact moment to experience this exact vibration if I wasn't a match to it. So, what are you matching up to? If you experience that, go home. I went home, or go wherever. Get out of the parking lot, sit in your car, find yourself, and breathe for 2 minutes, reconnecting yourself to who you really are. You can start your day over anytime. That's what I did. The rest of the day was completely different and smooth. It wasn't totally smooth, I'm going to be honest with you, but it was a lot better. And then I realized I had some stuff to work on. Again, being our own healer. That's why it's so important in this community to start learning. Energy healing is the easiest and fastest. Reiki is actually the easiest because you are channeling the uh, energy from not yourself, so you don't get depleted, worn out. But any type of energy healing modality, they are all beautiful. I'm certified in a ton. Learn how to, whether it be in our community, a different community, in your private community, wherever. I really encourage you to be your own life advocate, because healing is the first step to remember who you are. Shedding the layers to get down to your soul. So now we're walking around with this soul energy and this human computer that has brought all of its traumas with it. We think that that's who we are. And then when we realize that we are more than just our mind and body, we start to ask ourselves, who am I? If you are wondering that, I encourage you to sit with yourself and breathe, like we just discussed, those 2 minutes, and just say hello. Talk to your soul. She has a personality, and you probably haven't checked in with her for a while. Start waking your soul's voice up. Your soul energy comes from the very top of your stomach, your solar plexus. And we have a beautiful, special healing team that we are paired with before we come to this planet, before we're birthed. Yes, we choose our parents. I know. Our healing team, you have a main spirit guide who's with you from the first breath to the last breath. You've got a healing team. You've got a guardian angel and many, many more. For you, all for you. And if you want to meet your team, DM me. We go through that in our Reiki training, which we actually have an evergreen online course where you do it at your own pace. It's modules, and then you meet with me one-on-one via Zoom to do your actual attunement, and you become fully certified for self-healing Reiki 1, all in the comfort of your own space and time frame. It might take you, I've had students do it, bust through it in an entire weekend, and on that Monday they reached out and said, I'm ready for my attunement. They got attuned that week and started healing. So DM me if you want information about that. But I encourage you to talk to your team, talk to your soul voice, because that leads you to your life purpose and your soul mission. And if you want more information about the difference between those two and how to get there, talk to me. Comment below. Say, me, I do. Me, I do. And I would love to hop on a Zoom with you and chit chat. Let's just see where you're at for free. Free coaching. Let's connect. At the end of your journey and experience here on this planet, we do choose, in my belief, how we go and when we go. Nothing is by mistake. There are no accidents. If you are struggling with connecting to loved ones on the other side, your angels, your intuition, your spirit guides, tap into your intuition and inner knowing. We go through that in Reiki too. We actually have on the 28th of August, we have a group Zoom Reiki 2 certification training if you were interested in that. So we have a ton of stuff here in the Soul Shifters community. Reach out if you want to hop on a Zoom with me to see kind of what would be the best. If anything, I will direct you if this isn't the right fit. I will recommend you in the right direction. My purpose in my life now has gone into my soul mission of helping others find their life purpose and mainly fulfillment. We can't do it wrong on this planet. We can't. There are no wrong answers. There are just experiences. And just like a dream, it's going to be over before we know it. And that's a good thing because energy never dies. You never die. Your body goes to rest and go back into Mother Earth. And you continue on with your newly discovered experiences, nice and proud, going back home. So if you're interested in anything that we discussed in today's live stream, comment below or DM me. And please join us over in our Soul Shifters community in Facebook. It's facebook.com/groups with an S/soul shifters with an S. I look forward to connecting with you soon. And until next time, please remember to take all of you with you, no matter where you go today, because you are important and you are on purpose. We need you here. See you, connect with you, and talk with you hopefully soon. Bye for now.